Alright, this is Vegeta 8259, and as kind of a commemoration to the Master Grade Deathscythe that's coming out next week on September 9th, today I'm going to be reviewing the 1:100 scale high grade Deathscythe Hell Custom, which shares a very similar design to the Master Grade Deathscythe. So, I just finished painting this kit yesterday, and I figured that this would kind of be an appropriate review to do prior to the Master Grade Deathscythe being released. Anyway, here is the box art. As you can see, we get a very nice shot of the Deathscythe on the front, as well as Duo at the bottom. And we just get standard information on the sides, pictures of the painted kit, etc. Now, I have painted this kit, but I did pretty much just copy the box art paint job. So these are basically the same colors you're going to get out of the box. There are a few little differences. You do get a very small sheet of stickers with a sticker for the eyes, a orange sticker for the forehead camera, and then some red stickers for the little vents on the side of the face there. As far as actual color differences go, the V-fin I painted gold. However, when you get it in the box, it's going to be yellow. And also, there are a few white parts in this kit that I painted gray. These little bits on the front skirts, and they're also on the back skirts as well. Those are going to be white. I painted them gray. The little missiles on the shoulders are white. I painted those gray. And the face comes molded in white. And again, I painted that gray. So, you also get the beam scythe, obviously. And you get a 1/20th scale unpainted flesh-colored figure of Duo Maxwell in his clothes from Endless Waltz. And I'm not really a figure painter, so I didn't bother painting this guy. Anyway, on to the Deathscythe itself. Right now it has the active cloak closed, which is kind of a protective and a stealth mode at the same time, because not only does it function as armor, it's got radar jammers somewhere. I can't remember where they are on the Hell Custom. I think they're actually inside the wings. But it basically is invisible to radar. It's a stealth mobile suit. That was always one of the Deathscythe's gimmicks in the show, is that it was invisible to radar. And it's closed up, and to open the wings up, they've got joints on the underside, although when unfolding them you will have to be careful because there are a lot of little spiky things on here. Raise this camera up a bit, and you've got two red spikes on the ends of the wings that you'll fold out, and these white spikes on the shoulders will come up like so, and there we go. And I think these vents right here, while they do kind of look like thrusters, I actually think those are the radar jamming emitter parts. Anyway, so yeah, I think a lot of people, I think, are probably familiar with this design, because I mean it's been around since the 90s, and it's a very flamboyant design. Definitely one of the more exotic Gundam designs that you're going to find, as well as Wing Zero Custom, which is pretty much the polar opposite of Deathscythe Hell Custom as far as design goes. Let's see, I guess we'll go ahead and do articulation. The head is on a ball joint, and it actually doesn't have much range of movement. It can go up and down a little bit, side to side very slightly, and it really doesn't want to turn very much. The chin is going to hit this shoulder missile launcher thing, and it's only going to be able to rotate about that far. And let's see, the torso is on a peg, but it really can't go 360. I'm not sure if it's because of the skirt armor or if it's because of the wings. Actually, I think it's because of the skirt armor. It's only going to let it rotate about that far. That is one downside to this kit. If you like the design, which I know some people don't, some people think it's just too over the top. But if you like the design, I think it's a good kit. However, this isn't the most posable kit in the world. Just because of all this spiky stuff, it really limits the articulation. The shoulders could go 360. However, obviously with these large white fins right here and the wings back here, they're not going to go. Actually, you know what? It might be a good idea just to take the wings off and do articulation that way. Here we go. And basically right here is what we're going to get with the Master Grade Deathscythe, with a little bit of change to the forearms and the shoulders, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, shoulders can rotate 360. The arms can come out about that far. The white fins on the shoulder armor can come up. They're on like a peg right here, and then it's on a hinge up at the top. And this can rotate. Doesn't really need to though. And then you've got a double jointed elbow, which unfortunately is a polycap, but then again, that's how all the elbow joints were back in the 90s. And it can bend about that far. Not quite a full 180, but a lot more than 90 degrees. There's a rotation at the elbow. The wrists are on a ball joint, so they can rotate and wiggle. And the fingers can move, with these three fingers being separate from the index finger. However, the thumb does not move. Let's see, the side skirts can go up and down and rotate a little bit. The front skirts are on ball joints, and they can come up about that far. And Deathscythe Hell Custom is another one of those Gundams with a really weird crotch piece, because it has articulation and it can do this. So, yeah. I'm sure a lot of you will be making jokes about that for a long time. And a lot of people have been making jokes about it since 1997. The back skirts are one solid piece. They don't move at all. The hips are on a ball joint, so they can come up about that far. They can go back until they hit the back skirts. They can go out about that far. The knees are double jointed, but they can only bend about 90 degrees. And I think that's just due to the design of the legs. And I think a lot of the Endless Waltz kits suffer from that because they have such short thighs. I mean, really, really short thighs. I mean, look at the length. The thigh is like half the length of the lower leg. And yeah, you're just not going to get very much knee articulation, despite it being a double joint. The ankles are on a single ball joint, and they can go side to side, forward and back, and rotate a little bit, with the big spiky toes at the end. As far as the wings go, the wings have got a double joint right here, which obviously allows it to open and close. The red spike on the end can go up and down, although I find that this one is really loose, yet this one on this side is incredibly tight. So, I don't know. Anyway, there's also two polycaps here, which will rotate all the way forward. Not like you can really do that when they're attached to the Deathscythe. And they can go back a bit, and they can go up and down slightly, not very much. And then there's a peg right here which connects to a little box on Deathscythe's back. which will actually allow the wings to rotate side to side a bit. And despite their size, they actually stay put pretty well. They do make Deathscythe a bit back heavy, so when you pose them, you might want to, lean those ankles forward a bit. But I haven't had any problems with the wings falling down or anything like that. And as long as you get his feet planted firmly on the ground, I haven't had any problems with him falling over either. Anyway, his one and only accessory is the beam scythe, of course. That's how he gets his name. And it's a little bit more simple than the one that comes with Deathscythe or Deathscythe Hell. It has no moving parts and comes with a pretty simple clear green beam, which just fits in the end. And despite not having a peg to hold onto it, he actually holds it pretty well. Okay, maybe I lied. He was holding it well up until just now. But anyway, you can have him set up like that, or you can do a two-handed approach with the beam scythe, which will give it even more stability. So yeah. And I guess that's about it for this review. I can't think of anything that I've missed out on. I did forget to go over plastic colors, but that's kind of obvious. You get black, gray, white. You get a few red parts for the chin, the chest vents, and these spikes right here. And then you do get two clear green parts for the beam scythe, and you get a clear green part for the eyes. And then obviously yellow for the V-fin. So I guess that about does it for Deathscythe Hell Customs review. And I'm glad I finally got this guy painted, because now I'll have something to compare Master Grade Deathscythe to whenever I get him. It'll ship next week, next Thursday, but with shipping times there's no telling when I'll actually get it. So with that, I guess I will see you guys next time.